Otherwise, everyone will say, have you got a recording on that? And I won't, so apologies. Okay, let me just kick off again. Okay, so here's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn to jumpstart your marketing online using Facebook. Why Facebook ads are actually quite easy to master once you know how, and how these nifty shortcuts I'm going to talk to you about today will really increase your list building efforts and also, to a certain extent, put them on autopilot, which is one of the biggest things I hear from my members or clients or people who've tried Facebook ads would always sort of lament to me that, they're so time consuming. It's really hard to get to master them the right way. But I'm going to show you a couple of shortcuts today that hopefully will make that a lot easier and really fast track your success. So basically talking about I'm really going to talk about having your own online business here as a small business owner, as a solopreneur. So hopefully that applies to most of you on the call. If not, you'll definitely be able to take out some other strategies here. But I really, want to let you know that, I have my own online business too. I know what it's like in trying to drive traffic. You're putting out your weekly newsletter, you're blogging all the time, right? Trying to offer as much value as possible using social media, and you sort of do get pulled in quite a few directions. And if you're like me and you're running, a done for you business as well and managing clients, it can all be quite a big juggle. And really, you want to get to that point where you're leveraged in that you've got as many people on your list as possible so that when you do any of these activities like newsletter, blogging, and social media, you've got a really good concentration of people to listen to your message and hopefully take action and buy from you. So, I've definitely find that sometimes, there's no time to market, budget is tight as always. And you want more clients, but how are they going to find you? Using the organic methods is fine. So doing the newsletter, blogging, and social media, they're all essential. I absolutely support that. But there is a way to do it a little bit smarter and to fast track your success, particularly if you've just started and you've got a Facebook page with 20 fans or whatever it is, less than 500. It's very hard to get traction on your Facebook page. So you want to be hitting that first milestone, which is 1,000 fans. And same with your list. You'd like to get your list to at least sort of 1,000 people, so you feel like you've actually got a tribe of people ready to go when you're making offers and giving them all this value. So there is a faster way. You can get results with as little as $10 a day using Facebook ads. So that is important to know. And you can also tap into a sea of leads and referrals because Facebook is an amazing opportunity in terms of traffic. You can go targeted and real likes fast. So you probably heard that, yes, you can go and buy some likes for your Facebook page. You could have 20,000 fans next week if you really wanted to. But none of them are going to be engaged, real, authentic, people who have actually raised their hand to say they want to buy what you're selling or, what your service is, or actually just connect with you or your business. And that's where, that's really the seed of your growth. Once you start building a tribe of people who are connected with you and engaged and want to hear more and respect what value you're offering, that's where your sales really start to grow. So like I said, you'll be generating recurring sales, and that means your ads will more than pay for themselves. Your aim is actually to get your ads, obviously ads are a cost to your business, and this is paid advertising, and I know that can scare a few people, but really when we get these working the right way, these will more than pay for themselves because they'll bring in more business than they cost, and that's our aim. So that's what I do for my clients, and that's what I want you to be doing, and to be able to help you do that too. So here's just a bit of a landscape about Facebook. I'm sure if you're on the call, you already got a Facebook page. If you haven't, I've got plenty of resources at my site, fbadqueen.com, to help you set up a page. And if you're at that stage where you haven't quite jumped in yet, what are you waiting for? You need to get in there. There are over 900 million users worldwide. In Australia, we've got just over 11 million users. I think it's about 11.3 or 4 million users. And we've only got a population of 24 million people in total. So it's pretty amazing the reach and the impact that Facebook's had. It's really changing the face of media, the internet, and really just the way we live in general. if you have a look at this graph here, the percentage of people using Facebook is up towards, this is actually an Australian survey, by the way, but you can pretty much take this across to the US as well. It's comparing how many people use Facebook and watch TV and read a newspaper every day. Now, it's no secret that the newspaper industry is slowly dying with the growth of online media. But what's more interesting is to see that Facebook and TV are so closely used in a day. So what used to be, the primary media that people would want to advertise on, being TV, now you can reach just as many people, if not more, with Facebook, because actually they're more frequently logging onto Facebook than they are watching TV. And if they're watching TV, generally they've got a laptop or an iPad in front of them and they're on Facebook at the same time. So the beauty of this, though, is that the cost of advertising on Facebook is an absolute fraction of what it costs to produce a television ad and place it. The other part is you get the control over how much you spend on the advertising, when it is shown, and how it is shown, and it's really cheap to produce. So I think that is, that just changes the whole online marketing landscape for me, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of affiliates or JVs or anything like that. You now have the ability to tap into over 900 million users worldwide. And you can start off with just $10 a day. So I think that is an absolute revolution. And that's really why, I started my business, because I just thought what an amazing opportunity it is. I've got more of a corporate marketing background. And I know what we used to spend on traditional media like newspapers, TV, and things like that, a radio. We used to spend tens of thousands and, over $1 million a year on traditional media. Whereas if you pull just a fraction of that onto Facebook, and if you're a small business owner, it can be a really small amount, like $10 a day, you can be making an impact. So that's, my message and what I want to spread, and let you know about if you haven't already started using it. So why Facebook ads, apart from me just shouting it from the rooftops before? I guess the biggest thing that I think, or the biggest advantage about Facebook ads, is really how targeted they are. Facebook collects so much information about their users. So it's, they collect not only their age, where they live, whether they're engaged, whether they're married, all that kind of stuff. They also track what their users are interacting with, what kind of pages, Facebook business pages, what kind of things they're typing into their posts. Facebook scan all that information and then put that into a bit of a database that advertisers can access. So on this page, for example, you can see this is taken off like one of my pages. This is a good example of Facebook also serving up advertising to its users that's targeted to its users. So you can see on the right-hand side, there's a mixture of marketing messages or things like from online marketers or branding agencies, mixed with footwear or clothing online retailers, and then with a sort of cell or mobile phone company down the bottom. All of those brands are likely to interest me because I am an online marketer. I love my shoes and fashion, as most of the ladies and some men do as well. And also I am a mobile phone user and I actually am an Optus customer. So all of those ads are likely to interest me, and they do match my set of likes and interests, because Facebook know those things about me from how I've interacted with other people and other brands on Facebook. So that's where the power is. You don't get that with Google. With Google, it's just a matter of who's searching for what and can you display something relevant to that search term. This now becomes, okay, let's show this to women who are 18 to 25 who live within a 10-mile radius of a certain city, who are interested in XYZ. That's how targeted we can get, and that's the real potential of Facebook, and that's why I just think it's such an amazing opportunity. So you control the budget, and the best part is if you follow my bidding methods with just choosing cost per click, where you pay on a cost per click basis, you only pay if somebody's clicking on your ad. So you can also get the benefit of the ad being shown without you even having to pay anything. So That's pretty good. Does that make sense so far, Christina? I'm not going along too fast at this point in time.
No, I'm following along great. If anyone has, maybe we should find out from the people how many are doing Facebook ads. That might be interesting to
Yeah,
know.
okay, that's a good idea. So just type in your question box or the chat box and let us know who's using Facebook ads so far. Um, who have we got here? I can't really mouse down because otherwise I'm going to get off my presentation. Me and GoToWebinar are never very friendly, Christina. One day I will master it. Have we got any questions there?
We don't have any questions. We have, several people saying, yes, I am.
Great.
And I need to learn more. That
Oh,
kind
good,
of,
good.
those responses.
My favorite. Okay. And even, obviously more and more people, I mean, I notice now as well, so many more people compared to when I started the Facebook ads business about 18 months ago. So many more people are using it, have tried it. Maybe sometimes one of the most common refrains I'm hearing is that they've tried it and it hasn't worked. So
Right.
there are definitely reasons for that. And I hope that people who have had that experience ask some questions and we can get those answered for them. So I think we pretty much talked about my experience, and I built my online business about Facebook ads and marketing from scratch about 18 months ago. I'm paid by my clients thousands of dollars each month to get extraordinary results, and I do. I also use campaigns for myself and have used it to build my own business and my own client base. And in fact, one of the first, my first forays in Facebook ads, and one of the real reasons why I started to focus on them rather than just the broader social media um, category, is that I use them for an affiliate marketing opportunity where I marketed somebody else's um, online course for a commission. And once I did that for 10 days last year and basically brought in $23,000 in commission in 10 days and thought, okay, I like this now. And even built on that more. I've done several launches since, all bringing in around the same amount. So I haven't even had to create the product myself, but I've been able to bring in commission from other people's expertise, which is great. But just using what I know about Facebook ads and how to produce them the right way and get them in front of the right people and really get them working. So I do know Facebook inside and out. I'm not trying to brag, but that's what I do. And I think anytime you do, you specialize in something, of course, you know it well. And I want to share that information. I think I hear a lot about this borrowing other people's 10,000 hours of knowledge. And I do that with other things that I'm not as much of an expert in, so that I can shortcut and save the time. Well, I could guarantee I've done more than 10,000 hours investing in Facebook ads. So feel free to borrow it. It's definitely the best way to learn, especially when there's so much to do and know with your own online business.
And thus you are the Facebook ad queen. You
Absolutely.
have earned the
And in the
title.
crown, you think? I think
That's right.
yeah. I sit here in my home office with my little sparkly tiara on, just having delusions of grandeur, but no, not really. But actually, I've got a new brand coming that I'm sort of going to step away from the FB ad queen a little bit, but it is still near and dear to my heart, and it's still there at the moment. But I'm still going to be offering the same things. So let's talk about the biggest Facebook marketing mistakes. So let's get all gloom and doom here for a moment. You can see the poor little Facebook thumb like symbol in the cemetery. So, what is one of the surefire ways that your Facebook presence is just not, it's not going to go anywhere fast, or it's basically going to go downhill or just not move? You're going to get very disillusioned, and you're just going to basically be over Facebook pretty quickly. And these are sort of the main reasons why, I think. Firstly, your offer is unclear. That means what you stand for as a business, how you market your services or products, who you are, what you're about, and who you serve is not readily identifiable when people hop on your page. So that means you've probably seen it. You've gone on Facebook pages and you're thinking, I'm not quite sure what this is about, if you're even lucky enough to get there. Because if you're not using ads and you're not marketing your page, unless people know you, it's very unlikely they're going to land on your page. So the first one is not being really clear about what you're about so that people can identify it straight away. The second is not capturing people's email addresses. So yes, we want to get them to like the page, but we also want to get them to opt in to hear more from us. So we want them to opt into our, special free offer that is, a great lead into the other services and products that you have for sale. And the reason why we do that is because we want to continue a relationship with our customers. And as a friend and mentor of mine, James Schramko, always says, you want to own the race course. So you don't just want to have the racehorse running on the race course with the chance to win something, which is a bit like just having a Facebook page. You don't own the Facebook page as such, you manage it and you can build a community on there. But if Facebook decided they didn't want you to have that anymore, they can easily take it away. So that's what I mean about owning the race course. So that's where lead capture comes in, and we want to make sure that you're capturing your own email database that goes to your own autoresponder. So you've got a way to keep contacting them if Facebook were ever not to be there for you anymore. It's also a way to contact them via Facebook and email, so you've got two chances of getting in front of them. The other issue that I see far too often is that people are not posting enough. Posts are too few and far between. So the page, lacks that engagement and really fails to grow quickly. And the other element is failing to broadcast. And I'll go into that a little bit more, but in terms of broadcast, I mean, it's not enough to just post on your page and leave it at that. Even if you're posting 5 times a day, you're not going to grow your page at the same speed as you will if you start using methods on Facebook to broadcast, and I'll go into what those are. So I want you to avoid those mistakes. I want to help you make sure that you're not making them, and if you are making them, I'll show you a couple of alternatives. So let's dive into that. So here's a couple of examples of when I'm talking about being clear, having a clear offer, telling people exactly what you're about when they land on your page. So here are just the timeline, the top of your Facebook page. So one is, I don't know, I mean, could you even really guess what that one is, Christina? On the left-hand side, there's, just a random kind of page that I've pulled up there that I was thinking I wanted to find out more about this business. And I just thought, well, what does it mean? What do they do? I'm not sure. And you can see that there's a timeline image and a profile picture and a little bit of a description where it says Velocity House Publishing, more than just books. There's no link back to their website, where, as you see, that little descriptor, it says website. That's where you're supposed to put a link to your website, so at least you can get people coming across to your website as well, because don't forget the Facebook pages are a big driver of traffic. So, so basically I just want to show you one that is very simple and plain and lacks the information that we need, compared to, say, thebusybuzz.com, which is Mara Glazer's website for women entrepreneurs. But what I like about what Mara's done is, she's used the timeline image to actually talk about what she stands for, what her business does, what results it delivers. Underneath the website part, she's got a clear link to her website and what her website is all about. And then, as you can see, her number of fans is a lot higher than the others, and that will generally follow. When you look at people's Facebook pages or other businesses' Facebook pages, when they've got a nice clear proposition on their Facebook page, they're posting regularly. She's got one of those little boxes under the timeline image is a link to a tab to sign up for her free offer. And she's got, she's got all elements ticked there. So, okay, she's got 2,452 likes. It's not like, the biggest amount of likes for a Facebook page, but that's a nice, healthy community that you can really build on. Once you hit 1,000 likes, you really start to notice that people will be responding to you, and it feels like when you are posting that people are really hearing you and you've got that dialogue happening. So I sort of say 1,000 likes is really the tipping point. So that's just to show you about having, introducing your business and making sure that it's clear. Invite them to sample more of what you're selling. So here's an example of when I talked about lead capture on Facebook. This is the example of a custom tab. So you'll see the little tab under my timeline We put images up on there that then serve like pages of your website. Your Facebook page is basically now a replication of your website. You can pretty much put anything that's on your Facebook, on your website, sorry, on your Facebook page. So make sure that you're taking advantage of that. This can trip a lot of people up. They don't quite know where to start. There are some free resources to create your own tab with some drag and drop software. There's a ton of these actually, so you can just Google them. There's also a link down there to fbadqueen.com/Lujur, Lujur. They have some free tab creation tools. You can create just one for free. They do have paid programs too. But, this is one of my most popular ways to be building my list, which is people can click on under at my Facebook page and see that they can get a copy of my free Facebook ads cheat sheet by just entering in their name and email. So that's I think that's even more popular than my website in terms of lead capture for me. So as you can see, if you don't have this on your Facebook page, you're missing out on a whole ton of leads. So the other thing is, even these pages that you put on your Facebook page, your custom tabs, they're called, or they can be called landing tabs or landing pages, or other, apps and tabs, and all, they've got all different names, but I call them custom tabs. These are actually indexed by Google. So people can search this information just like they can on a website. It'll be coming up in the search engines. So that's another point to really drive home. So what I wanted to talk about is the fact that results don't lie. So once you start having that lead capture and running ads to that lead capture page or to your Facebook page, you can be building a list in a much faster way than ever before. So when I kicked off my page, basically I could get over 3,000 Facebook likes in the first 2 months. So when I started, of course, I had like 100 fans. That's all I had. And in fact, I've got a couple of other pages that are still up on Facebook of when I was, developing my business and really creating it, that are still at 100 fans over, 2 years later, because I haven't run ads to them and I haven't marketed to them and I haven't been posting regularly. So I know that this is true, that as soon as you use ads, super targeted ads, getting in front of the right kind of people who want to hear your message, you can grow not only your Facebook likes, but your email subscribers. And within, a month or 2 months, depending on, what you want your ad spend to be, you can have a ready-made community of buyers. So that's what's powerful and that's what's exciting. So this is a perfect strategy to get moving if your list is small. Because if you do have a small list, sometimes getting affiliates and JV partners can be, take a bit of time, or, perhaps people don't think you're as important because you don't have a big list. Well, this is the way to build your list and start delivering value to yourself and your clients. So does that make sense, Christina? Does everyone? And also, please just type in if you think that sounds pretty good.
I think that's excellent. I actually deal with a lot of list owners, and a lot of them are embarrassed. They only have 200 or 300 people on their list, and they're trying to get JVs going. So this definitely would help them
Exactly.
get off the ground and get to that 1,000, or whatever the magic number is for them.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it doesn't all have to be about numbers. It is definitely quality over quantity. But there is something to be said when you go when you go to a Facebook page yourself and you see that there's only 200 likes or there's 2,000 likes. It does make a difference in how you perceive that brand. So from a social proof perspective, the Facebook likes are great, but it's also great to just have that ready-made audience there of people who already want to hear from you, that you can engage with, and you can ask questions about products and services that you want to launch. Should I make this a 10-week program or a 5-week program? People are going to give you instant feedback on your Facebook page, which is great. And then having the email subscribers there, that's your real estate as an online marketer. So this is a great way to start building that from scratch. So
it's all in the list, they say, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. It
all in the list.
It is all in the list, but you know what? I also am seeing more and more how important Facebook is as well, and Facebook likes. I even see it as I promote things on my page. With the lower, the declining email opt-in rates, you really need both, because now that Facebook tell you how many people you are reaching on your page, I can see that a lot of the time I'm reaching a whole lot more people on my Facebook page than I am via my emails. So I see that changing. I think you should have your email list because obviously, you know, you want to have as many options as possible and you own that, so it's important. But Facebook is getting ever more a big player in this regard. And think about it yourself. I mean, if you are a Facebook user, I'd rather read a Facebook post than have to bother opening, you know, one of my gazillion emails I get every day. I find it more interesting, especially if it comes with an image. And it's easy to just sort of like it and share it. And it's just, I think it's more fun way to receive marketing information. But maybe that's just me because I'm biased. I love Facebook. But
No,
anyway,
I agree.
good. I think most people
Absolutely.
do. Here's another example of a Facebook page and then a lead capture page. So this is one of my clients, Jody, who is brilliant at what she does, and she creates programs about telling people how to create their own online program. But what I love about her page is it's really nice, bright, vibrant. You get an idea of what she's talking about. She talks about business. She helps, you know, she says business, but, you know, business people turn their knowledge into an online program. She's got her website link there. She's got a link to all her YouTube videos and then this free training button underneath the timeline that leads to that tab on the side where you can opt in and get a free video series. So straight away on that landing tab, you know, I put my name and my email and I know what I'm going to get. And I know what Jody's pretty much about. But the next step is finding out what, you know, getting to know her a bit more and seeing perhaps how she could help me with my business. So it's really like the start of a beautiful relationship, I think. But I'm more likely, I don't know about you, but I'm much more likely to be pressing the button or putting my email into a page like this than a page like that other one I showed you where I really have no idea what it's all about. So hopefully that's really, really clear about how your, you know, sort of good gold standard pages that you should be emulating. You know, we did some ads for this, and this just in the first month has generated $16,000 revenue. These are from people who are not on her list. So I think that that's a pretty good testament to the fact that once you put the elements right on your Facebook page and do some ads, you can be getting some pretty amazing results. So the other thing is posting daily, post engaging content daily. So I said, you know, one of the second biggest mistake is people not posting regularly enough. So not only about posting regularly enough, I want you to post in engaging ways. So it doesn't have to be a quote thing. I mean, this quote thing is getting a little bit overdone, I've got to say, but it's more about creating something that people are more likely to want to share. The reason I show this quote image is that Brendon Burchard, who's, you know, a big online author, speaker, and, you know, he helps people create programs and businesses and all that kind of stuff, you know, they're more likely to be the kind of audience that is going to respond to this. But also, that is a quote, but it's also a quote from his book that you'll see that he's promoting in the Amazon link underneath the post. So where it says something we can do every moment of every day, and then he's added the image and he's got a link to the book, which the quote's from the book. So it is, even though it looks like something that people share, which they do, you can see down the bottom that people already have liked it, shared it, and commented on it, which is what you want, because that's the equivalent of increasing your Facebook page rank, like just as in Google has an algorithm, Facebook does too. And they like your page more if other people are liking, sharing, and commenting on it. So this is a very easy post to share. It also sits very well with what he is offering and what he positions himself as, and it leads back to making money, because at the end of the day, we're all here to, you know, to make money and change people's lives in whatever way we can through our expertise. So mix up. I'm using Jody again because she just does her Facebook page so well. But I like this one because she's got the quote images on Facebook. Won't pay the bills. Action and commitment will. So that is definitely the case if people are just putting a quote, no link to anything. I mean, Brendan's was good because it had a link to his book. Jody's got pretty much a quote image here, but she's got a link back to her program. And then she's got like another funny post here where, you know, she put a bit of a blooper reel in from her videotaping session, where she, you know, fluffed up a line. So it's not about selling anything. That's just about, oh, hey, you know, this is what I did. We're all human, messed up, you know, maybe have a bit of a laugh. But how inclined are you going to be when you see that on a page or in your newsfeed to click play? Like a video is kind of a lot more engaging. You don't see it as often because people don't go to that trouble. So I think, it's good to be mixing up. Use images, use video, just attach something. Don't just put text, and try and keep them nice and short and punchy. Here's another idea, another case study from a client, which sort of looks like this wouldn't be, this is just, messing around on Facebook. But this does bring it right back to sales. One of my clients does juice detoxes, and we've doubled their fans on their page, and in 2 months, in the first 2 months, they grew their sales by 25%, and they weren't doing any other advertising. So we know that Facebook is making a difference for them. And one of the examples of how you can easily just get this up and running is put up a post with an image, something fun. We did this one on a Friday, and so click like if you're excited. It's almost the weekend. Like, who can't help but feel kind of happy on a Friday that the weekend's coming? But also when you see that monkey with that big mouth, it just makes you want to laugh, and it's kind of, you can't help but click on it. And as you can see there, we had 97 shares, 133 likes. This was on a page at that time, like was in June, but at that time, wasn't really, only had, I think, about 2,000 fans. So to get that sort of level of engagement, it's great. So when you're posting your images, make sure your images are 404 by 404 wide. But what we're able to do is a series of these, what we call page post ads. So these aren't promoted posts where you now have the opportunity to, you'll see a little promote sign at the bottom of your ad that you can promote to your current fans or the friends of their fans. These are actually going into your ads manager and creating page post ads. And they show up on the side of people's news feeds. They can also show up on people's mobile phones if you use a certain way, which I can show you about in my program. But this just elementary way is to create a page post ad targeted at the people most likely to buy from you, or that you want to build a community from. And not only will you get more likes, you can also put in links to products and services, so it can drive to programs and products. But this is really coming together with what I'm about to talk to you about, the ads on autopilot. If you're creating daily posts with images and less than 90 characters of text in all of your posts, what you can do is go into your ads manager, choose your Facebook destination as your Facebook page, tick a specific, that you want to promote a specific post on your page, and then tick that little checkbox. Sorry, I've got a cold, so I might have to cough in a second. Tick that little checkbox underneath the selected posts. That you'll see a drop-down menu for the selected posts. Keep your advert up to date by automatically promoting my most recent posts. So if you tick that and make sure that all your posts are going to be less than 90 characters with the text and an image, that will just automatically keep going for you. So you don't have to keep updating your ad. Fans or friends of your fans, or whoever you decide to target, it might not even be anyone connected with your fans. It might be somebody who likes somebody else's page. You can be showing your ads on a regular basis without having to keep on updating them. Because you select your daily budget, you'll never overspend or spend more than what you want to. So this is a nice hands-off way if people don't want to go in and see how every single ad is performing and tweaking it. This is a way that I guarantee people will click on your ads if you include an image and text. You'll get more people coming to your page, which will result in greater awareness, more people liking your page, hopefully more people coming to your free offer or your products and services. So that's just a nifty little trick that I hope that you get some benefit from. Now, I'll just stop there and see, is there any questions come through on that yet, Christina, or have you got, and can you just let me know that that is landing for you so that I've got a litmus test that I haven't gone and bamboozled everybody with too much information?
So far, no questions. So I'm surprised, actually.
Hopefully that's, because I know it was a bit of a bit more detail, but hopefully they're all kind of across that. And if you do have anything to ask with regard to that, just type it into the chat box. But this is really the ticket to putting your Facebook ads for your page on autopilot. Obviously, there's other techniques to use to get more engagement or get more people landing on your website or your landing page. You don't have to send people just to Facebook either. But I just wanted to show you some quick and easy strategies to get up and running. So let's just recap on Facebook marketing and why it's so beneficial. Basically, it's going to fast track your success online. You're going to get the lead and the like and get 2 places to connect. Provide value and make offers. So you've got a return on investment from your ads is really important. As I said, you're going to get more social proof as your likes increase. And building your community and your email list is obviously really important to your profit too. So the best part is you're going to have an eager audience of buyers and you become established as an expert, because the more people see you, particularly in Facebook ads, it's quite interesting, and I'm sure a few people who've advertised can attest to this, that people really do pay attention to those ads. And you'll even get people that you do know saying, oh, I saw your ad, or people coming to you saying, oh yeah, well, I saw your ad. An example is when Mari Smith, who's a Facebook expert, she reached out to me on Facebook and in order to do a session for one of her programs. And I asked her, I said, oh, Mari, we have a few friends in common, but I thought must have referred me. And I said, oh, how did you come across me, Mari? And she said, oh, well, I've seen your Facebook ads for a long time. So it wasn't actually through the people that I thought it probably would be who had referred me. It was actually from my ads. She had then assumed when she had time to think, I need somebody who's a Facebook ads expert, who am I going to go to? She thought of me instantly because I'd been popping up on her Facebook page for some time now in her ad section. So don't underestimate the power of that either. So word of mouth, Facebook is word of mouth marketing at its finest. So not only the ads, but also doing your page posts. The ads just amplify everything. And don't we want to do things more effectively and more efficiently? We want to save time. As I said, we're all juggling so many things. This is just a way to fast track getting an audience and getting an audience of hungry buyers. So stop hoping, get the right strategies to take your Facebook page from blah to brilliant. Stop messing around and wasting your time. It does take a long time to build an audience organically. You should be using Facebook ads. If you have a product or service for sale right now, you've got a landing page where people can come and buy that or contact you, you've got your website up. I mean, I don't suggest running into Facebook ads until you have that foundation there. But if you've got those things already and you've got a landing page or you've got offers and products and services, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be looking at Facebook ads. We all need to invest in marketing our business. It's great to be driving it organically, but any business invests in its marketing. And Facebook ads, as I said, are really going to fast track things. But really, without the right roadmap, you will struggle. You'll try and you will actually waste money and the ads won't be an investment. But if you get the right information, it's going to make such a difference for you and get you working, get your ads working a whole lot faster for you. So basically, if you're not using Facebook, you're really leaving money on the table. And I think most people understand the power of Facebook now. And if you didn't before, hopefully you did after this session. And the best part is it doesn't have to be so hard anymore. Search engine optimization is, aside from taking a long time and being subject to all the changes with Google algorithms and all this, a lot of people who used to be doing link building and SEO to make sure that their page came up on the first page of Google for certain search terms, they've been blown out of the water with the recent updates to Google. Because what Google does now, Google has said, you know what, we know you're legitimate if you're investing in your social media by imparting knowledge, creating updates, blogging regularly and sharing them on Facebook. Google loves that, and they will reward your website with that, and you'll be climbing in the search engine rankings without having to do any SEO. And oh my God, SEO just totally makes my head want to explode anyway. So I don't want to be playing around with link building and all that. We want to make sure that naturally we're offering the best advice, and social media really helps us do that. Facebook ads are also much cheaper and less competitive than Google ads, and if you ask me, they're a lot easier to understand as well. So that's all good news, I think. So I said at the end of this webinar that I was going to put to you an offer and a program. So I hope that you're all open to hearing that and ready to hear what's contained in my program. And I know there's a couple of people on the call who actually have already bought the program and hopefully have got some great results. I know that people do generally tell me that they've been really happy with it, and it's made a massive difference to their marketing. But I'm just going to run through those, through what the program's all about. And I know, Christina, you're even a fan of the program and you've got it too. So it just really helps you break down everything in Facebook ads. But what it's going to do is really help you find your customers on Facebook, create simple being the keyword, and effective ads that work. I'll show you more on that strategy of set and forget ads, putting them on autopilot. But best of all, I'm going to give you support and guidance. This isn't just an online program where you're left to just kind of figure it out for yourself. I'll be on the other end of the phone or on Facebook, and you can share with me your specific campaigns and I'll give you advice. It's kind of like having consulting on tap. So my simple step-by-step program helps you whether you're starting from zero or you've been playing with Facebook ads for a while. So it suits a range of experience levels. You start off with a quick start module. So if you haven't set up your Facebook page yet, this is where you start. If you have, you can pretty much skip the quick start module. But you can see here there's just a screenshot of what it looks like inside the members area. We've got lots of short videos that are content rich, that you can easily come back to. So you'll be able to access all the modules at once. And this is the quick start area if you haven't set up your Facebook ads account or your Facebook ad page. The first module rather is targeting your audience. Now this is where everybody gets stuck. They often just put in an age range, a location. So for example, this is what I see most when people come to me, because I also do one-on-one coaching, as well as clients obviously come to me to do their campaigns for them. But what I see is they've set up the ad and they've set it to target, say, 18 to 40-year-olds 40-year-old women in the United States. And that's it. That's the extent of their targeting. That will not get you very far on Facebook. The power is in the precise interest targeting, not even the broad category targeting, although that can be beneficial for some people. But I will be able to teach you when it is and when it isn't beneficial. But really, I'll be able to brainstorm with you what pages, via my knowledge, I know what likes and interests you should be targeting for your offer. And it's just worth the value alone, because this is what creates cheaper cost per click, because it's all done on a bidding system, which I can explain more. I won't bog you down in all that detail, but I'm sure some of you have already tried ads anyway. You want to make sure that you're getting paying the lowest cost per click possible, and targeting is one of the best ways to influence what you pay. The next one is, how do you create those images? How do you get them the right size? How do you get images that work? What about your headlines and copy? What's the best way to promote your product or service? I'm going to run through all that in module 2 with you, but better still, you can put together your ads and pop them in our Facebook group. I'll tell you about that in a second as well, and ask, hey, does this work? Is this going to get the right result, and get feedback not only from me but other members in the group. Module 3, we're going to get you basically creating winning campaigns, how to plan where you're going to send your ads. If you haven't got a Facebook page, maybe you don't want to be updating a Facebook page and you only want to send to a landing page or a squeeze page, or maybe you want to send to a YouTube channel. That's fine too. So in module 3, I'm going to talk about how you create the perfect flow from people clicking on your ad to where that takes them, and then once they're asked to do an action, where it takes them again after that. Module 4 is about making your results even better. So it's all well and good that you got one ad that starts working. It's like, woo, this is great. The problem is, after 3 days, that ad starts to fail to perform, because Facebook is high turnover. It's a fast environment. People get sick of things really, really quickly, and you need to know how to tweak your ads regularly. And the average life of a Facebook ad is about 5 days. Doesn't mean you can never use it again, but you can't generally keep using it consistently. You need to be rotating, creating new messages, tweaks, responding to to what's happening in your reporting. How to read those reports is even a feat in itself. You might have already been in the back end of Facebook and it's also confusing. I will take you through step by step how to make sense of all those metrics, what metrics you should be looking for, and how to make sure that your campaigner has longevity. You might only want to use a campaign for a specific launch, and that is fine. Or you might want to be doing those Facebook ads on autopilot, so people are seeing you constantly, and you can get those down to, about 10 cents a click, those Facebook ads on autopilot. So that's pretty damn cheap marketing if you ask me. So you can see the link below to the program. It's fbadqueen.com/Casey. You'll find more of the details there. You just scroll down to the bottom. There's an add to cart button, and then you pretty much you have got instant access from there on in. So not only have we've got all that in the memberships area with the 4 content pack modules. We've also got 4 live group Q&A calls. So normally you get 2. I'm putting in another 2 for you just for the people listening to this webinar. Now, these are where you can ask me specific advice on a webinar just like this. You can just put your hand up and say, hey, I'm having this trouble, or what do you think I should do with this? And you can also, even if you haven't got a specific question, the best part is you can learn from others. And who doesn't like learning in a group situation? I mean, particularly as a solopreneur. I find this, don't you, Christina, where it's so much nicer to learn in a group.
Absolutely. And then sometimes you're not the person with the stupid question, someone else is, which is always good.
I love that. I know. I'm always that geeky person asking questions because I want to make the most of, buying programs. And, I've definitely bought my fair share, and some have been great and some have not. But I think what I love about having created this program is that I've learned from the programs that I've enjoyed and I've learned the most from, and maybe, that's made me a bit biased, but, having talked to other entrepreneurs, I've been able to gather what works best and put that into a program. So this is like the single best thing about this program is you've got unlimited access to the private Facebook group for more questions and access to me. So this is really what I was talking about before, where you get pretty much consulting on tap. So you just come in, other people will help too. You can ask people's opinions of your ads. You can ask me what these results are like. Does this work? You can see on the side of this page here, a few people posted, that was a while ago. I mean, obviously we've got people, posting in there regularly asking questions about what's working, what's not. And I'm in there and I'm there to offer advice. So we've also got a PDF of some best practice ads as well in the bonus section of the program too. So you need to go to FB Ad Queen. So Christina, can you put that link in the bottom of the chat box for the fbadqueen.com/Casey? And then people can just click on that, so it saves you having to type it in yourself. Have you got that there, Christina, to put in?
I actually don't have access to that.
Okay. I popped it in your. Oh, you don't have access to the questions. Oh, well then I better put it. Oh, that was why. Okay, I better put it in.
I'm a panelist, unfortunately.
So okay, no problem.
Do that.
So let me just put that in. Take a second to pop that in the chat box and send it to everybody. And I'm just seeing some other questions here. So maybe you hadn't been getting them. So let me just go through those now. Send to all. So the link's at the bottom now. Okay. I don't know what Casey's even said in there. I'm here, so I'm not sure. I know he's saying bring me in on the call. Oh dear, Casey, I think we really shut him out. Oh, he said he's here for good. Oh no. I don't know what happened with Casey. We really shut the poor guy out, and then no one.
We did.
Obviously, you haven't
been Skyping me.
You haven't been able to see questions. Oh, Casey.
No, I haven't.
Oh no, because I'm thinking, why are there no questions? People are always wanting questions. Sorry, Casey, I wasn't looking. I wonder why. Yeah, it's strange because he was on here before, and now I've only got the panelist one. Casey, if you're still there, which if you are, that's a miracle. Can you just log in at your Casey Gmail address, and then you'll be able to be a panelist. I can't see you on listed. He must have left. Oh, poor.
No, I think he's listening. I definitely think he's listening.
Yeah, I can't seem to bring you on until it says you're on as a panelist. So sorry, Casey. I don't think Christina's got the. I'm going to see if I can. I wonder why you don't have access. You are a panelist. Maybe you had to be a presenter. Or
I believe you need to be an organizer or
an organizer. Oopsie. Yeah. Sorry, Christina. Okay, sorry everyone else. He's still there. Seriously, he's put so many questions in here. It's he said Facebook ads are great. Poor Casey. Austin wants to ask a question. So now, and Casey's asking Christina to let him in as a panelist.
Okay.
Of course, Austin, you can ask a question. So do you want what I might do is just, can you type it in the chat box so I don't mess anything up with the GoToWebinar, Austin? So please just pop in and ask your questions and I'll answer them there. Oh, here we go. You've asked some. So Austin's asked, I'm getting a bunch of likes and clicks for a local kitchen company, but the like number on the site seems to be going down. I got 8 new likes today, but the number reduced by 2. Okay. Well, aside from that being a bug on your Facebook page, which I actually have heard that sort of happening the last couple of weeks, some things, funny things happening with people's likes on their page. Aside from that, if it's not that, what does happen is that people can unlike your page too. So if you are posting daily, some people might not want to see your posts in their newsfeed that often. So some people can unlike your page from the posts in their newsfeed. So it is usual, like on most of my pages that I manage for clients, we'll get maybe 1 to 2 unlikes a day. That's quite normal, particularly if you're posting regularly, and we normally post about 2 or 3 times a day. So don't get discouraged. As long as your likes are going up and they're heading in the right direction, then that's not a problem. Now, okay, Steve's asked if you can successfully direct link to an affiliate offer using FB ads. And yes, you can, Steve. Sometimes it can be a bit of a hit and miss scenario in that Facebook sometimes doesn't approve it. The links I use, so for example, in this webinar, you can see my fbadqueen.com/Casey because I'm doing the webinar with Casey, although we don't like to let him on the webinar today. I've used PrettyLink as the link generator for this. So this is what I do with all my other affiliate offers as well, is that I'll take the clunky looking affiliate link or a ClickBank link and put it into my PrettyLink WordPress plugin. It's free, so I add that as a plugin on your WordPress, and then you can just pop in your URL and it generates a beautiful URL from your own domain. And I just think it looks so much cleaner, easier for people to remember, and best part is you can go in and track at the back of that as well. So yes, Steve, you definitely can. You probably would have seen a lot of affiliate offers on there as well. John's asked, why is this pink? I'm not sure what's pink. If that's my logo, because I love pink. That's the answer to that question. Casey said that Christina and Victoria are awesome. I don't know if he's being sarcastic.
He's making fun.
Because he might be thinking we're really not awesome because we locked him out. But we didn't mean to lock you out, Casey. It's just I don't know how to let you back in. That's a little bit of a mishap. Sorry for all those people who wanted to hear from Casey, because most of the people on the call are probably his people. Don't worry, he's been here in spirit. Erin, yes, we will post a replay. It says it's recording, so I trust that it will. And Austin says he's asked several questions. I did see those after those. And I think as any Okay, Austin, did I not answer any more of your questions? Can you just type that in? And there's Kate. Hi, Kate. Victoria, do you always link your ads to a page inside Facebook, or do you ever go directly to your website? I keep them on Facebook, but as I said before, you can go direct to your website, but just go to a landing page on your website, not the home page, because what happens is if you send people to a page that's too broad, they don't necessarily know what to do, so then they don't do anything. So what we want to make sure is that you're sending them to the nice landing tab where it's very clear, they have a clear purpose what they have to do. So if you saw that page where I had Jodie's videos, her video series, or my opt-in for your free Facebook ads cheat sheet, it's very clear what they get and what they have to do to get it. And you want to make that very clear on Facebook, because you don't have a lot of time. These people don't know you. They don't have a relationship with you yet. So you want to make it super, super clear. So hopefully that answers your question. Murray, hi Murray, did a call with Murray on Monday, so it's nice to see you here. So Murray's asked if I wanted to promote my boot camp, what would be the best type of Facebook marketing to use to encourage people to join up? Well, it really would be a Facebook page. I don't know, Murray, if you've seen that Ashley Bynes bikini body challenge. Murray's got a personal training boot camp as one of her businesses, as well as business mentoring. But she's got like a Get Fit boot camp. And there's a page in Australia called the Ashley Bynes Bikini Body Challenge that's got like 230,000 fans on it, and it's highly engaged. She uses ads sometimes, not all the time, but she does use ads as well as her page. She's posting regularly. She's posting images. Girls post images as well of their success. So they'll take pictures of themselves in a bikini and show their before and after, which, is there any better way to, get inbuilt for social proof on your Facebook page? I've seen this with a couple of Facebook pages, especially over the last week, of having users interact with them where they ask their fans to post. This doesn't work with, a lot of online training or anything like that, but if you've got physical products and services, this can be great. And maybe was it Austin with the kitchen company, you could be getting people to post, or you posting before and after pictures of people's kitchens. People love seeing stuff like that on Facebook. Or for Murray's boot camp, definitely set up your own Facebook page for that boot camp. Use ads to drive the community, get people on there, using the post to include links to your sign up pages, or setting up your own custom landing tab where they can register and find out more, as I showed before. And then asking them to post their success stories as you move along is really inspiring. So another example of this is a Facebook page I saw yesterday for clothing. And what they do is they ask their buyers, they have absolute loyal following here. They've got 230,000 fans on their Facebook page too, another Australian business. And it's called Black Milk Clothing. If you want to have a look at their Facebook page, you should. It's a real example of a highly engaged audience and really knowing your market and talking to them. So it's facebook.com/Black Milk Clothing. And they have all their users post pictures of themselves wearing the outfits or wearing the item that they've bought. And even when you go on their Shopify website, which is where they sell all their clothing, you can see a model wearing the garment, and then you can go down and see all their users wearing, or like all their fans and purchasers wearing the garment, and they've sent those photos in and tagged the business so that it shows up. It's pretty phenomenal. But there's so many ways you can be using Facebook pages for some great marketing like that. So that's why I suggest keeping it on Facebook and building your Facebook page. But if you have an immediate need right now, then yes, you can run ads to a website, but I would suggest doing it on a Facebook page. And Murray, you can definitely be using ads. And George has asked, would you use this for business fan pages or personal Facebook pages? Said something for say to write on the wall. Oh, okay. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by the last part of that, but in talking about business pages and personal pages, I suggest always using a business page because it gives you a brilliant foundation for creating ads, and Facebook have it set up that way so that you've got more ad opportunities. Yes, personal pages can get in the news feeds of your friends more than business pages can get in the news feed of your likers. But now there's promoted posts where you can pay small amounts to reach all of your fans, or those page post ads that I talked about. You can tick fans only and talk to all of your fans. So there's ways to get through all of your fans. And also they've raised their hand to say they want to hear from a business. Whereas I think on a personal page, they're generally, when they friend you, they're not really thinking they want to have a barrage of business messages and sales messages. I just think it's poor Facebook etiquette. You can put the occasional promotion on there and just say, hey, I thought you might be interested in this. That's fine, but don't go over. I just don't like going overboard with it because I think that the business page is really the place where you want to be promoting that. So hopefully that answers your question with that. John said, is there a webinar that doesn't end up with a sales pitch? Probably not, John, because pretty much we're all here in business to offer programs and services. and mix in training with our programs and services. So that's the answer to that question. And yeah, Austin, I will check my questions next time. Sorry, I didn't want to. I thought it was going to chuck me off the thing. And I think that's most of the questions answered. Christina, did you have any? Also, Austin asked how does he know who's unliking the page, but you can't know who's unliking your page, really. There's nowhere to really check for that. And yes, you can use Bitly, Steve, but sometimes Facebook won't approve it. So try and use Pretty Link if you can. And Casey is saying he is here now. Hang on, let me just see if he's logged in. I still can't see. Oh, yes, I can see you now, Casey. I'm going to unmute you. I'm so sorry. Are you there, Casey?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yay! He's alive.
I'm so sorry. We didn't know you were there.
That's okay. That's okay. I just want to make sure that that I don't know what happened in the beginning. I was talking. I was doing an intro and saying hello, but then you couldn't hear me for some odd reason.
It was really weird. Yeah, I was waiting, and then I couldn't hear you at all. So I'm so sorry. And then I didn't check. I didn't realize actually it was going to keep my screen up. I thought it was going to throw me off my presentation, so I didn't check the screen, thinking that Christina had the screen there. But yeah. So anyway, now we have you, which is brilliant.
Yes. Well, so I was listening. I was listening this entire time. And I'm like, I want to talk. I want to say something.
I know. That's the entire time.
But I just want to say to everybody that that Victoria definitely knows her stuff. I mean, look at this. Everything she went over today are things that, you know, many of us, they're very easy to implement things that all we have to do is go in, understand exactly how to do it, and then apply the skill set. I mean, it just seems it's something that we should all be doing. So, and I am guilty of not doing this to the extent that I should. When, you know, people, good friends of mine, tell me all the time that Facebook traffic is just ridiculous. I mean, Chris Farrell gets most of his traffic from Facebook, and really, you know, all it really takes is being on top of it, staying continuous, and doing what you had said in terms of driving ads to very easy to understood call to actions. So, so yeah. So guys, I definitely recommend you pick this product up. Victoria gave us some awesome insight, but you know, to go deeper, getting the product is going to be able to, you know, it will give you that additional skill set that you need. So, so guys, I definitely recommend you pick up the product. So,
yeah, the other thing that people do ask is whether it's updated with Facebook changing all the time. That yes, I do update, and as new things come on board, the best part about being in the Facebook group is that you can ask if you get stuck with anything, and I am there. I do have answer my emails personally too, so if anyone ever has a question, you can just email me. I'll put that in the bottom now. Even if you're not sure about the program, just send me an email directly if there's something you want to discuss, or you're not 100% sure if it's going to apply to your situation and you don't feel comfortable about asking a question in the chat box, then I've just put that down the bottom there too. So I am all about service and making sure that you get the most out of this program. But if you don't, there is a not that I think this would ever happen, but if you need to, there is a 60-day refund, money back guarantee. So it's basically risk-free. So you try it. I stand behind it. I don't believe that you would need the refund, but if it's there if in case you don't think it's right. You know, keep in mind, basically one-on-one coaching is $250 an hour with me. And all these bonuses are just for this webinar. So that adds up to, you know, nearly $2,000, but you're going to pay much less than that. So go to the link and check it out. And thanks for having me, Casey. I'm so sorry that we shut you out of the webinar.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry that I wasn't on in the beginning to say hi. I don't know what happened. It
I don't
was
know. GoToWebinar is never my friend. I actually think I'm jinxed, but unfortunately, the common denominator is me, so I can't blame anyone but myself anymore.
I had a quick question for you, Victoria. If
Yes.
someone's on a tight budget, what do you
Yep.
think they can spend per month and still make some impact?
Okay, well, it really does depend on the price of your product and service. So, and how you've got, I really hate that word funnel. I think it just sounds so impersonal, but really the steps and how you're creating the process for your customers to move through, signing up on an email, and then understanding what you've got for sale, and you putting those things to them for sale. So really, it does depend on the price. I mean, like I said, I've got other clients who, can easily pull in $16,000 by spending $700 a month. So, of course, you're going to spend $700 if it's going to bring in $16,000 revenue, but not everyone's selling at that level. And I understand that. There can be people who are selling a $27 ebook who will find Facebook ads can be quite effective as long as they know the page, or they test the page out, make sure it converts for them. They could be running ads, as like I said, at $10 a day, and selling 7 ebooks a day, and that could work quite well.
Right.
So it
Right.
really does depend on your on the price of your product or service. And like I said, in this program, you can ask me those questions on Facebook. Which program should I promote, or should I just use it for lead generation instead? Should I be getting the traffic there to opt in for my free stuff, and then I'm going to follow up with an autoresponder series, other posts on Facebook. So you're just making sure that I think first and foremost with any kind of marketing, you want to create a relationship rather than, if I just met you, Christina, and I was like, can you, just just buy this, $2,000 program right now, you're probably not going to bring out your credit card. Whereas if we get to know each other over a period of time, or I've delivered some value to you, or I've demonstrated, like for example, on a webinar, I demonstrate, okay, these are the kind of things I'm going to teach you. You get a sense for my teaching style and who I am, you're more likely to buy. So what you could do instead is be sending your ad traffic to a webinar sign up page, for example, and then get on a webinar and people it's still fast tracking them getting to know you rather than waiting months of them receiving your emails and Facebook page posts. So I can't really be specific because it does vary a lot, but I have seen people get great success using, around $500 to $800 a month. And you don't have to do that every month either. Or you could just do $200 a week in a month and be happy just doing that and rolling along, because everybody, is constrained by budgets. I'm aware of that. That autopilot strategy that I talked about, you can be getting presence on that for, like I said, 10-cent clicks, and running those for like $200 a month. And they could be running every day for you. I know, like I said, one of my friends and coaches, James Shamko, does that. I got him on doing that sponsored posts, a page post strategy with the autopilot, and he's been running that for 6 months now. And he actually, because he's a tracking and SEO guru, which I absolutely don't attest to be, but he actually follows all his goals and sees who signs up from that Facebook page post, how it all tracks through to his sites and signups and everything. So, and that's been working out extremely well for him. So there's a whole range. Like my clients range from super savvy marketers like that to big corporates to solopreneurs, people just, bootstrapping it and doing the best they can. So I know that Facebook ads can pretty much work for everybody. So that's my long-winded answer to that question.
It's an awesome answer, and thank goodness we have the Facebook group to talk to you as well. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I find that it's very rare that you'll be able to just buy a course on Facebook ads and get it straight away without getting feedback. I know when I learnt it, over 18 months ago, and I paid $5,000 to learn, my initial training. So to be able to get access to something like this, and I have bought every other Facebook ads course. I bought, Brian Moran's. I'm featured in Amy Porterfield's course as well, and it's great. And I've bought a ton of others over the last 2 years, and I can guarantee that this is pretty much the one that I wish that I could buy, because it's got everything in it the way that I need. It goes into the depth. You've got the opportunity to ask someone who's using Facebook ads for their clients right now. So I'm in my clients' campaigns all the time. I know what's working, and you can tap into that. And I think that that's where my programs are different.
You know, I just want to chime in. A lot of us, you know, we hesitate to sort of jump into something because, well, we think we don't have the time to learn it, to execute it. But it seems to me what's interesting is that if we have any people on the call that are, you know, would be interested in not only learning a bit about this, but also having almost someone set it up. I was wondering, do you take on clients as well? Do you kind of do the work for? I mean, you obviously do. You know,
I do.
but
yeah.
So,
I do. I'm getting a lot of even, you know, smaller solopreneurs who want to do just an hour one-on-one with me. You can find out how to do that, book that on the site, or go to that email address that I put in the bottom. And I also set up their Facebook pages. So we'll set up the timeline image, the profile picture, and that opt-in, one of those opt-in pages like I showed you earlier. We can do that for you as well if you don't know where to go to get that done. You really need that as your foundation before you start spending money on ads. So we can do that for you too. Absolutely.
So they come through, right? They come through your course, and then they can move into kind of having you help them through the process, right? Not just obviously the training of it, but then the step-by-step you kind of hold their hand, and that could be an option, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then they've got opportunity to use the done for you part of what I offer to get it all set up. So yeah, I am, I guess, a bit of a one-stop shop. I hate to use that word, but it's true. So I won't be sending you off to all different resources to get things here, there, and everywhere. Basically, I can get you successful on Facebook. I've got, you know, the experience and the resources there to help you.
Well, so you have me now, so I'm in.
Great.
And I definitely, guys, seriously, if you have a business, you have a product or service, and that's really where this is going to apply, you should really be doing this. Facebook, there is no reason why we have to say, why should you use Facebook? We already know why we should use Facebook. So, and especially the ads. I see ads every single day for guys that are really doing well with their businesses. And so, you know, that's for me, that I always prefer paid traffic, because you become self-aligned with yourself. You don't have to, you become self-reliant. You don't have to rely on other people. And so I definitely recommend that you guys invest in this and learn about it, so you can do this for your businesses, so you don't have to keep struggling to find those people that will help you to maybe do joint ventures and things like that. I mean, those are out there, and Facebook is great for building, you know, networks like that. But at the same time, you know, having something that you can create ahead of time that is, you know, putting money in, and then having, you know, making money from sales coming through, you're actually building a scalable business at that point. And everybody who you want to partner up with in the future are going to be very receptive to that fact. And so I definitely recommend it. I definitely say that you guys, we should all be jumping on to Victoria's course, and then also to jump on using the having Victoria kind of help us along with it as well. So so you know, I'm down. I mean, this is it. That's it. So
yeah, most people are when they hear what's possible and the kind of results you can get. It is pretty amazing.
Well, a lot of people just think you know, I don't know how many people on a webinar are and some have success, some don't have success, and probably some are always going to be stopped by the fact that, well, how is that going to help me? But, you know, all it takes is is putting yourself out there and trying something new and seeing it actually work. And the best thing is, if you try to do this yourself, you're just going to be struggling for a long time, and you're going to get more frustrated. And chances are you've already done it and you've been frustrated. I had a guy tell me at one point that he couldn't do Facebook ads because they banned him or something like that, and he was like,
Yeah.
I don't trust Facebook ads anymore. And the whole point of that story, when I was listening to it, was, well, it's because you did it wrong. You completely didn't go to the right person. You didn't learn ahead of time the things you should do and the things you shouldn't do. And that's the whole point, is that going with someone who already knows what they're talking about will prevent those long periods of frustration and doubt and issues with trying to make this work. So don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just learn from someone who's already doing it, who already built the car. Okay, so
yeah, exactly. It's borrowing that 10,000 hours strategy that I use in other things. Like if I want to know about YouTube, you know, Casey's my man because he spends a lot more time doing that. And I think, you know, when we had our last webinar and you showed me how to do those overlays, the link to, you know, to my opt-in offer and things like that, I don't know how to do those things. And if I try to mess around and do it myself, it's just going to burn my time when I've got lots of other things I need to be attending to. So I just go to the experts and get their knowledge, and it's valuable, so it's worth paying for. You know, that's my philosophy.
Now, that's the philosophy that we should all be having. So,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So I just want to thank both of you, Victoria and Christina, for being me, essentially.
I was ignoring you the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Your voice was almost as our voices are pretty high, so your voice is very close to mine. And we got to meet this last weekend, so that was lovely.
That was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Christina's got the Dolly Parton voice. I think she sounds like Dolly Parton to me.
She does kind of. If she had a little
she's got a really sweet voice.
If she had a southern drawl, because she's from Orange County, California.
She's right. From the OC. I love it.
Yeah,
that's right.
But if she had a southern drawl, yeah, you're right.
And I'm just the loudmouth Aussie from down under.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we love you for that.
Down here. It was great. Well, Casey, for hosting. Even though we locked you out, I appreciate getting the opportunity to share some of the information with your community. And I'm absolutely here to answer any questions if anyone has any more, and obviously always help you out as you need, as you help me out. So it's all good.
All right. Well, everybody, let's just give Victoria a big thank you. Put it in the chat box. Just say thank you so much. Let her know how much you appreciated the webinar. I hope you all appreciated the webinar. I certainly did. So this is her giving her time. And I know this is you as well giving your time. So thank you very much for your time as well on this webinar. And again, thank you to Christina too. So folks, everybody have a great evening or day, or depending on where you are in the world. And we will talk to you soon. Okay.
Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.
All right. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.